Welcome everybody back to boostinmotion, guys, and today you guys have been asking, why am I getting rid of the Q60? Why am I getting rid of the Q60? You're getting a Z, you're doing this, you're doing that. In this video, I'm gonna answer all you guys' common questions and we're gonna talk about it, but let's hit that intro. Welcome everybody back to boostinmotion, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Thank you. So welcome back everybody. Let's keep this simple and clean. All right, let's keep this transparent. All right, because you guys know I'm an honest dude and we're gonna keep this honest. So a lot of you guys have been asking, Boost, we saw that you put up the April Fool's joke of selling the Q60, and no, we're not doing that. So check the recent video up there or check on my channel. I have a detailed video on all the modifications I've done to this car and the asking price and so on and so forth. I'm very detailed on the for sale post. But this video is going to be talking about the reason why I'm getting rid of the car. And you guys have been really asking, so I'm going to give you guys that answer. So if anybody follows my other channel called Life with Boost, I've been talking about my own personal life. Now, no, am I going through any financial restrictions right now? Not really. Recently, I ended up moving a lot closer to work. I'm talking about I'm 5 minutes away from work now. I used to be about in half an hour, 40 minute drive. Now I'm 5 minutes from work. So now I have two different cars, legit. I have two cars and I literally don't even need to really drive to work. I can walk there and get there in 15 minutes, but I drive, usually on the weekdays. So the first reason is because I'm closer to work. So I have two cars. And which one am I going to drive to the work? Am I going to drive the Q60 or am I going to drive the C63? Now, most of you guys are going to sit there and say, but Boost, you should just drive the Q60. It is what it is, blah, 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 blah. Cool. But honestly, it goes to the second reason. Which car do you enjoy driving the most? I enjoy driving the C63 way more than the Q60. Yes, this car is a stoplight king, but for my short commutes, I just really don't need it. Now, to go on to the third reason, I'm really much more of a fan of four-door cars. If you've been following me for quite a long time, I've always told you guys I'm a four-door lover. That's why I had the Q50, a G35X, Maximas and stuff before that. This is my first coupe that I have always gotten, and honestly, this is one of the only coupes that I always said I would get, and I got it. So for that reason, I am a four-door lover. Now, to add more into the four-door category, the real reason why so much of the four-door category is when I was moving around a lot of stuff, this car was pretty much useless. When I go food shopping, this car is useless. If I'm going to go hang out with my boys or any friends, it's usually 3 or more people. I'm the guy who usually drives everyone. I'm the designated driver, right? And the coupe just doesn't do it. It only has 2 seats. As sexy as this car is, it only has 2 seats, me and another person. And to be honest with you guys, I like to have space. Not only a trunk, but I also like to have the back seat of space too. And this car just doesn't deliver there. So honestly, it's storage space. Now, for the next reason that I'm gonna jump into, we're like 3 or 4 reasons in. The next reason why I'm getting rid of the Q60 is I have positive equity on the car. The market right now is really hot, really good for these cars. There's not much of them on the market. I can sell my car for pretty much what I got it for last year, January. So I've owned the car for about a year and 3 months, and I could literally resell it for the same price that I got it for. I think you guys will hop on the same deal, especially if you have 2 cars and one of them isn't being driven. So I'd rather go for the case of I can sell this car for positive equity and be good. And I could take that money and put it into something else. Now, moving forward from that, with the positive equity talk, so some of you guys will jump in and say, well, Boo, so why don't you just get rid of the C63? I'm going to be fair here. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to defend the Q60 here. The C63 actually does not have positive equity right now. There's not a high demand for them as there is with these cars. So, honestly, if I got rid of the C63, I'm losing storage space, the four-door squad gang, the imperialism, and then I'm going to be stuck with a car with positive equity. I'd rather get rid of the one with positive equity. All right? Now, I would say in the last Now, for me to speak more about it, in the last 6 to 9 months, the channel its revenue has went down. Hear me out. I'm gonna say it again. The revenue for the channel has went down. It's not that you guys aren't watching the videos. What is happening is that revenue stream is going down. Yes, views have went down, but the amount of revenue has went down dramatically. So some of you guys will sit there and say, "Well, Boost, that means you broke. You can't afford both cars." No, I actually can afford to have both cars. But what am I gonna sit on a car with positive equity that doesn't have as much storage space, that I don't really need to drive 5 to 10 minutes from work, right? That honestly, if I try to get into races with people, really people will turn down the races, don't want to get into anything with me with this car, really. And why should I do that? Why have literally a positive paperweight sitting in your life when you can just sell it and it doesn't have to sit there for days or weeks? This car sat in some places for a very long time. The C63 did also. So at this point, I'm just like, you know what? It's time for me to part ways with this car. So to finalize on the last couple things is this. This car doesn't have as much street cred and respect out here. In the platform, when I went out with the C63, people would want to walk up and talk to me about the C63, ask what I did to it. It's honestly cool. It's a conversation starter. Even though it's not, to me, I don't take it as anything special. The C63 is nothing special to me. It's an AMG, but to other people, it's people's dream cars. Now, I know that this may be some people's dream cars too, and that's perfectly fine. I really like this car. I really do. But when you go out in the performance world, imperialism is key. And as a content creator, you got to go where the imperialism is. Most of the biggest YouTube channels, some of them have imperial cars. Toyota Supras, GTRs, but some of those YouTube channels have been out there forever. So they get to get that type of stream. My YouTube channel has only been really making money for about 3 years now. So my YouTube channel is still a lot smaller channel. So I do have to diversify at some point, but I do have to move on from this vehicle because honestly, I got to say like this. This car does not make boostinmotion channel. Me, boostinmotion, makes the channel. I can drive an AMG, an M3, an Infiniti Q60, a Civic with a turbo if I really wanted to. It's still gonna be a boostinmotion channel. It's still gonna be teaching you guys different parts and certain things to install and what's the good and bad things to go with any car. Also on top of that, diversification is definitely key, especially in this market of YouTube. I gotta bring in new viewers. I gotta build a more loyal fellowship. Once again, do I think this is the last time you guys are going to see this car in this last time seeing a VR30 behind the wheel? For me to be behind the wheel of a VR30, no. You're going to see me with another VR30 again. Do I think it's going to be a Q60? No. Do I think it's going to be a Q50? No. I've had 2 Q50s already. I have 1 Q60. I don't think I'm going to have any of those cars. So at this point, it's time for me to part ways. Now, the final thing I want to sit there and say is, after all these things that I've sat there and I really sat there and I thought about it and I said to myself, like, even with all this stuff, right, what would get me to keep this car? And the only way I would really end up keeping this car is if, number one, I had to pop a motor and I have to replace it. 2, I go with like large turbos, pure turbos or something like that. And to be honest with you guys, I'm not doing that on this car. I'm not going pures on this car. I'm not doing any of it. This car is pretty much FBO with the exception of turbos and high pressure fuel pump. This car is pretty much fully stock, how you would actually like it. I don't really have much. My car looks complete stock. And it is. It's technically stock. This is OEM plus. And I don't want to do too much more after this. After this point, it's on E30, it's on 93, and it's turnkey and it's ready to go. Anybody can hop in this car and legit put an E85, E30, or put 93, and the car put down 450 to 480, tuned by a race box. It is what it is. And I freaking love it. I love this car. But it's time for it to go. I had my time with it. I did all the stuff I wanted to do with it. I put some high quality parts. I made good connections with this car. Shout out to AAM Competition. Shout out to Racebox. Shout out to Drop Air LLC. Shout out to Sonic Mark. Shout out to anybody that called. Shout out to All Out Motorworks. Everybody who literally came together and made this come to life. And honestly, this car, I couldn't ask for anything more from all the people who helped me, gave me good information, and I made some great connections with some really good people. And I know that no matter what, I really gave the best information for this platform, one of the best information from this platform, for some of the best heavy hitters in this platform. So that's it. It's time for this car to go. It's unfortunate. I don't want to see it go, but honestly, I don't see myself keeping this car to make 600, 700, 800 wheel. It's not happening. I'm a four-door lover. I'm not a coupe lover, but doesn't mean that you guys are not going to see the next coupe. So to end it right here, what is a car that I'm looking to replace this car? Because most people usually end up leaving these videos because they don't stay for the end. If for anybody who's been following the Boost in Motion channel, the car that will be replacing this car will be a G37. G37 coupe. And you're going to be like, but Boost, you just said you like four doors. Yes, but just imagine having a $30,000 paperweight that you're not driving around in. I think I'd rather have a $5,000 to $10,000 paperweight just sitting around rather than a $30,000 one, if you know what I mean. So outside of guys, you have a good morning, good afternoon, good night. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. The car looks a little filthy, I know, it hasn't washed in a while, but I hope I gave you guys all the best updates. I hope you guys still stick around to bang with the channel. I'm still an Infinity dude. I'm gonna hop in another Infinity. It might be a lot sooner than you guys think. And yes, the C63 will be holding out the channel for now. I'm gonna do some content with it, and more I have to build up my Mercedes following too. I got you, Boo. Your boy Boo's got to really go out there and put in the work and make the connections. If I make more money, best to believe I might hop back in another VR30. You never know. It may be a Z. But outside of that, guys, you have a good morning, good afternoon, good night. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. You guys have a good day. Thank you. Thank you everybody for watching. Do appreciate you guys. Love you guys very much. You can also check out the 2 links I posted for some of my other videos. Also on top of that, if you want to purchase some Boost in Motion merch, definitely check the link that I posted also. And finally, if you've been watching all my videos and you enjoy them, please hit the link to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.